Hello, and welcome to Craftly. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be baking. I bake every Christmas with my grandma and my brother. So we're going to be making something called Nana's refrigerator cookies. They are delicious, and you can eat their raw dough. They can go in the fridge. You can cut them up anytime and just pop them in the oven for 15 minutes and then eat them. They're absolutely delicious. So this is how you make them. First, we start with a bowl. It's not pretty, but it's a bowl. We get our margarine, 2/3 of a cup of this, and there's a bowl down there for dirty dishes. Now, I'm gonna get rid of this, right there. Will be good. I have half a cup of brown sugar, and that was loud, sorry. We need half a cup of white sugar as well. This isn't working very well. Anyways, and I did bring a cloth with me for when bad stuff happens, like sugar spilling. So we just clean that up real quick. Not part of the tutorial. And we cream together with a whisk. This is gonna take a while. Basically, all you have to do is you just press down on it, move and press and move and press until it's together, and it will be the consistency of thick icing, kind of like that Betty Crocker stuff, if anyone uses that. Mine is done, and it's really thick, which is good. It's supposed to be that way. And now we have to add our chocolate chips. A handful will work with anything. You don't have to have specific measurements as long as you don't put too many in. That can happen. Baking's fun. Now, we have to put our flour in. So I have 1 cup of flour. We just dump that in and mix it. And it is gonna be pretty difficult, but it'll work. I'm gonna use my hands because it's not working very well. So, me and my big brain decided that we're not gonna add the egg. We're supposed to add an egg, and I was kind of dumb forgetting about it, because I was thinking, that's pretty thick for cookie dough, and it's because we didn't add our egg yet. That usually doesn't happen. For anyone who's new with baking, usually it doesn't explode. If you think that eggs aren't that liquidy and won't do that much work, this used to be some thick, some really powdery stuff, and now it's the consistency of cookie dough. We need half a teaspoon of baking soda. And Craft Dad has volunteered to do that. The way that you know if it's mixed, there won't be any white powder, flour, or baking soda on the edge of your bowl. There's not gonna be any little chunks of margarine or chunks of sugar. So it really just needs to be nice thin cookie dough, authentic from the commercials. We'll move on to the next step. Craftly. We're done mixing and we're ready to put these onto our cookies. We are just going to get this little trinket I have no idea where to get these. My grandma got it for me. And it's kind of like an ice cream soup. You just go, and it's pretty easy. So you just want to scoop and have it flat, and then you can just, and we don't need to have any greaser on the bottom because these have margarine in them, and that'll act as it, but they might stick a little bit. They do spread out quite a bit, and if it's a problem, if you make yours too big and they start to touch, then just get a spatula and just cut them with any kind of spatula. It doesn't have to be metal or sharp to do it. It'll just do it when it's warm. Our cookies are all ready to be baked, so let's go bake them. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 15 minutes. When you check on your cookies, you should be after about 12 minutes, and you tap on the top. It will not be super hot, but it will be warm, and if it's very squishy, then that means that they're not ready and they still need a few more minutes. But if they're not super squishy, then they're all good, and you can take them out of the oven and let them cool.
Make something cool with Craftly.
Our cookies are done being baked. I still have them on the pan, so right now I'm just gonna quickly transfer them onto the plates I have. Now that our cookies are transferred, we can decorate them. This is totally optional, so if you don't want to, you don't have to. These can be for the boring people who don't like fancy stuff. I have line sprinkles, I have round sprinkles, and I have circular sprinkles. And I have chocolate icing. This was initially vanilla, but I added cocoa powder, so it's now chocolate. Yeah, it's chocolate. So now I'm just gonna ice them. Our cookies are all iced. So now it's sprinkle time. And just as a disclaimer, if you're using these little spherical ones, they roll everywhere, so be very careful because they will go underneath all your furniture and they're gonna get in all different places that you wouldn't expect because of how small they are. So be careful. We're done icing our cookies. I would hold them up to show you, but they're gonna slide off the plate. Honestly, I think that they look delicious, and I think they turned out fantastic. And honestly, it doesn't matter how they look or anything like that, because as long as you had a good time and they taste delicious. So I'm gonna take this one and see how it tastes. Yum. They're very chewy, but that's okay. They look so good, and they're really good to taste. These cookies are so fantastic. They're so delicious, and I'm probably hyping these up way too much, but they actually are really good. Thank you for watching Craftly, and I'll see you later. Bye! How was it?
Make something cool with Craftly.
How are they?
Kind of tastes gross with icing. I can't throw these away. I can't throw these. I'll just bring them to school.